So my shady uncle left me this restaurant. I'm pretty sure whatever he did here was not legal. I got no instructions, no training. I just have a dusty diner and the faint hope of maybe making $1 or $2 if the cockroaches here pay rent. Day one was chaos. The tables look like they're about to fall apart any moment. There's a cat wandering around. I'm sure that the health inspector doesn't know about that one. And something in here stinks. Like someone dropped cheese in 1998 and it achieved sentience and enlightenment. While exploring the dusty place, I find the cat again. His name is now Bruno. I didn't choose Bruno, and Bruno certainly did not choose me. Maybe someday. I do eventually find the computer, and this is where the ordering system is located. I plan on ordering all the tasty goodness, except there seems to be one problem. My shady uncle has angered all of my suppliers, and the only things I can buy is chicken, lettuce, and I'm not even going to try and pronounce whatever the hell that is. What language is this? Anyways, so after ordering those things, I realize I'm not going to be able to say most of the stuff that's in this restaurant. I'm just gonna fake it. The day officially begins. Since customers aren't here yet, I decide to prep everything early. Great idea. Except, where's the food? I spent an embarrassing amount of time trying to figure out where everything was. Like a Roomba with brain damage. And then I finally realized the supplies get dropped outside. Because of course they do. Why wouldn't they? After acquiring the ingredients, I attempt to figure out the dooner. That's my first attempt and my last. The big round piece of chicken. That goes on this spindle thing and it spins around in circles. I set that to cook and then I go get the other ingredients to prepare. The wraps I throw onto the griddle and I get to chopping up the lettuce like it owes me money because someone needs to pay rent around here. For now, with so few ingredients, I'm safe making chicken and lettuce wraps. Or so I thought. After assembling a few of them, I open up the shop for business, and I prepare myself for what's to come. I could never prepare myself enough. What I'm not expecting is literal zombies. The customers have taken whatever it was my uncle was selling a little too seriously. Look, I was raised not to judge, but I still have eyeballs. Whatever drugs he's on makes my simple wrap god tier. But the next customer who comes in is completely 180 from that. She screams at me because apparently I put lettuce on her chicken wrap. Then she storms out the door like a toddler without its juice box. Okay then, lady. I personally don't remember the last time I screamed at a waiter for accidentally getting my order wrong, but get on with your bad self, I guess. I retrieve her abandoned meal and give it to the next guy, who is happy to receive it. At least some people are still grateful. Bear no mind to the fact that it just got spit on by this screaming Karen. The rest of the day continues pretty smoothly. Cleaning up, collecting tips, though I'm pretty sure I know what a $100 bill looks like. And taxes here must be over 50% because I'm only making $35 from a $100 bill. I have been robbed. Somebody informed the police. While wandering around, I notice there's a food bowl on the ground. I wonder, is this Bruno's food bowl? Can I put something in this food bowl? I make more wraps while pondering that extremely important question. At the end of the night, as I'm cleaning up, I decide to test this theory and feed Bruno. To my surprise, it works. I'm so happy I celebrate by hiring a helping hand for the next day. A waiter, someone who can bust tables and pick up tips for me. Awesome. With that, day one comes to a close. A pretty good day one if you ignore the screaming Karen and the drug-filled zombies. The next day, my success has brought new eyes. And look at that. I have more items unlocked from our supplier. The Aryan package? I'm just gonna call it yogurt. I got tomatoes and lumba. Anyways, I purchased those and we added another layer to the restaurant. Now we have drinks and a snack. The drinks need to stay cold, of course, and the tomatoes need to be sliced and diced. I prepare the lettuce and tomato for the day ahead, knowing that it might be a doozy learning how to use these new items. I'm still learning the layout of the restaurant and where things go. And it seems like it's very optional where you want to put things. And that's not good for somebody like me. I have ADHD. I need structure. This is going to be a nightmare. Somebody send help. Day 3, and I'm already learning how to speed things up a little. The new items I unlocked added a bit of complexity, but this is nothing yet. The Tulumba reminds me of churros, and the Iran, I was right about that one, is a yogurt drink. that's watered down. I did come up with a way to do this without running around everywhere. I put the ingredients in the back of the table, and the wraps in the front, which lets me assemble everything without leaving the register. It's at this point, I look over and realize that my worker is magic. He doesn't even hold the trays, they just float there. I have employed a wizard. He gathers the tray, dumps it, and collects my tips. For now, I just do one order at a time. I'm still learning how everything works. At the end of the night, I start closing up by putting things in the fridge. I learned an important lesson. Cooked meat will not save through the night, so you have to be careful not to waste any. The tortilla things can be left on the counter, but anything else left out that needs to be refrigerated will disappear if it's not. While I take in the order for the night, something interesting catches my eye. An NPC walks through something that previously I didn't notice. A cart? You're kidding me. I could have been hauling this stuff in on a cart. Sometimes I think I lack the brain cells to breathe if my body didn't do it automatically. With this fantastic discovery, I've made my life a little easier. After stacking it all up and moving it inside, I take the cart back outside again. And with that, I end the day. Upon waking up the next morning, more items are unlocked, so day 4 starts with ordering all the newly unlocked items. Kebabs, lime soda, a soft cheese wheel, and shredded lettuce. Cool, I don't have to cut up the lettuce anymore, which kinda sucks because it was a mind-numbing feature in a good way. Filling the cart is kind of like playing Tetris, only things don't stack. I kinda wish they did. The soda crates should definitely stack. I didn't have room for the lettuce pack, so I took it in, and was pleased when it filled the container so neatly. It fulfilled a certain innate desire, and was so satisfying. The rest of my ingredients joined on the table. Now I have 3 containers of chopped lettuce. Watch them never order lettuce from here on out. Now for the cheese. It's already chopped into equal pieces, we just have to put it through the shredder. And now, we have shredded cheese. The next item I unlocked is the kebab. These go on the grill. I actually kind of like that the restaurant starts off not burning things, and then slowly ramps up the difficulty. The kebabs are cool. You put them on, wait for them to cook, and then take them off before they burn. Then it's time to open up shop. As I'm standing there, the last person I expect to walk in is Zombie Boy. But he's back. He wants a kebab with tomatoes. Once again, my rap for this fella is God tier. Should I be concerned? Before starting up for the day, I look at the various upgrades available to me. There's something called an area expansion, and I get level 2 of that. I can also upgrade the donor, so I get level 2 on that, as well as the wrap heater. I consider upgrading the fryer, but because I don't really use it yet, I leave it alone. I'm also out of money. I only have 181 left from over the 1,000 that I had before. Those upgrades were incredibly costly. I do get another waiter who takes food to the tables. Then I head outside, and a cold frost hits me in the face. Snow? Oh, cool, it's the holidays. I resist the pile of snowballs and bring in my new supplies I ordered. Ketchup is the first sauce I unlocked. It needs constant refilling. It's kind of an annoying feature because it can only serve 15 people before needing to be refilled, and that's not reality. After some much needed organization, I try to figure out what to do with the oranges. It can't be chopped, like lettuce, so what the heck do I do with it? I abandon that for the moment and try pickles. Those can be chopped, so I do just that. With that prepared, I open up the shop, and then I notice something. I pick it up and move it. I realize it's a juicer, so I just figured out what to do with the oranges. I can make fresh orange juice, and I'm sure my customers would love that. Adding sauce does make it slightly more complicated, but it's still manageable. However, I'm confused on how to use my waiter that I hired. I tried the bell, thinking that would work. It didn't. I go outside and stare at the worker, and obviously, that does nothing. So I return to the computer. Surely there's info on there, right? And I hit the jackpot. There is an FAQ about it. Apparently you prepare the tray, press E, and then the waiter knows to pick it up. Perfect. That is very useful. That ends the day with 225 profit. I hired my final worker, the cashier, to take orders while I cook, and I moved my workstation around to get a better setup. That brings us to the end of the day and gives us 376 profit. Day 9 starts and I unlock some new items. Some fry oil, fry papers, french fries, bigger wrap packs, and pre-shredded cheese. Put the fries into the basket and fill it with oil to cook them. These can burn, so I have to watch them carefully. Once finished, they're dumped into the fry container and then divided out into the little fry cups. The large pack is very large, obviously. On day 10 and 11, I'm getting much better. I take 3 orders at a time and line up the meat. Fries can now be added to the wraps as an ingredient, and building 3 wraps at once is much faster. But I kind of still struggle because there's a lot to remember. The end of day 11 gives me more supplies and 261 profit. The new supplies are beef, soda, and pre-cut pickles. I reorganized my ingredients on the table because it is taking so long to set up in the morning because there is so much to prepare. As I'm prepping the kebabs, I accidentally used the plate and realized that I can pick up the kebabs that way. The beef is ready, and I changed what items are for sale because it barely affects my profit. If you guys want more, like, subscribe, comment below, and thank you for watching. See you later. Bye!